Welcome to ECLA training videos. This video is about recording outreach. To get to these instructions and the video, go to support.eclacolorado.org, click Support, click Step 1 Outreach to Providers, and click Recording Outreach. We're in Google Chrome, the recommended browser. Type support.eclacolorado.org. Click Solutions, Outreach to Providers, and Recording Outreach. And you're in this video. And the help document that describes the video in more detail. Councils are required to inform 100% of licensed providers about quality improvement opportunities, and you must report quarterly. But don't worry, all this can be done through Sugar, and this webinar will walk you through the steps. You can record in-person visits, phone calls, emails, both individual and groups of individuals, and letters. To add outreach through an account record, click Account, type in the provider name, and select the provider. Scroll down to Calls panel and click the plus on the right-hand side. I'm in Sugar. I'm going to click the Accounts menu. In this case, I'm going to choose Bill's Child Care Center. I typed Bill's to start with, and here is Bill's Child Care Test. Their account record is coming up, and I'm going to scroll down and go to the Calls panel and click the plus to add a new communication record or call. When you're in the detailed record on the call, email, or letter, make sure you include all the fields with an asterisk. Make sure it's detailed enough to remember and for report purposes, and click Save when complete. So, for example, subject has an asterisk, contact type has an asterisk, related to does not have an asterisk, communication purpose does. In this example, I'm going to say that CCAP funding, or announce that CCAP funding is available. I'm going to choose outbound. That means it's coming from me. Inbound would be a call that would be coming to me. And then you can choose whether the contact was made, you left a voicemail, you need to call back, or if you're planning a future contact. In this case, since it's an email, we're going to do a contact made. Contact type is going to be call, in-person visit, email, letter, or other. And in this case, again, we're going to do email. If you're going to set something up for the future, you can use that email reminder time. We'll skip it here. Because we entered through the account record, it already tells us the account is Bill's Child Care Test. If you were going to go in through the communications module, you'd have to tell the account here. The duration, the minimum duration is 15 minutes, and that's set for you. If it's longer, you can change it longer for a phone call. If the person is not responsive, you can choose yes if they weren't responsive to the call. It automatically will tell you the start date and time. So right now it's July 3rd, 2016 at 2 p.m. Communication purpose. In this case, it's going to be spending outreach for that CCAP. And then the primary funding stream is CCAP quality improvement. But you can also include Race to the Top, school readiness, infant toddler. If it wasn't a funding stream, you could do not applicable, or if you're doing multiple funding streams, more than 2, you can do all applicable. But again, we're doing CCAP, quality improvement. Secondary communication purpose, if you were doing something more than one type of outreach, let's say you were also doing rating support, you could choose rating technical assistance, but we're going to keep it not applicable. You could have a secondary funding stream, which is the same options as your primary funding stream. Bulk communication, in this case, it's going to be yes, because we're going to send one email to multiple people and then have ECLA create an import, so it will show that we've sent to all the folks. In internal notes, you can do the text of whatever's in your email. I'm going to put a summary of it, advance notice of CCAP dollars available, how to access EC Connect, and gave contact information. This field, communication summary for funders, this would be a short note. Funders do get reports, so the state would get a report of all the contacts you're doing for spending outreach. So you might want to say CCAP first outreach 2016. Okay, and when you're done inputting the fields, you click Save. And now if we were to go down and look in Bill's record, you'd see that CCAP funding available is your latest call. And if I were to click on this, I'd be back in it, and if I needed to edit, I could click the Edit button. As a summary for this section of the video for recording outreach, you got into the support site to see this. Councils are required to inform about all the outreach you're doing for funding streams, and the report is quarterly. You're doing this in Sugar. We recorded an email, but you can record other items. And we did this through accounts, selecting the provider, and going down to the calls panel and inputting all the information in the field. The next video will show how to do a bulk email or a mass email.